The little dick energy coming out of this administration is undefeated. I think in a post-Trump era, we should invest in universal penile enlargement to help prevent such a ridiculous takeover by a bunch of weak, demented little titty babies. These guys think they're so funny and they think they're so clever. So the largest single day turnout of protest in American history, as everybody knows, happened on Saturday. And Vance thinks he's just hilarious, which, by the way, he tries to crack jokes in front of people all the time and they always fall flat. So he thought this was just a real knee slapper pumps. And he posts the following. He posts a picture of frail, demented Kankles McTaco tits, who, of course, we refer to as Kanks for spite. He posts a picture of Kanks, who has full-blown dementia, wears a diaper, needs a bra, needs compression socks, wears makeup that he can't even blend with a crown on. And they thought this was just, oh, this is just hilarious. Yeah, we'll put a crown on him.
Well, it's like, don't call us fascists, but we're fascists. We want to be fascist. And JD Vance, the thing about everything JD Vance does, he comes off as just a complete fucking dick. He doesn't have any riz. He's not funny. He just seems like a huge dick.
He really is. I think JD Vance, if you study, like, his changed his name 3 times.
Yeah. Changed his religion 3 times.
Changed his religion. And when he speaks, there's something so severely broken in him. And I just am curious about what goes on after hours. That's what I want to know, because I don't think it's very good. Yeah, we probably do know. The DL Demon Queens. Yeah. Okay, moving along. We have Vance, who I want to remind everybody is married to a woman of Indian descent and has mixed race children. Play the following clip.
The instructor says, bullshit, get in the Catholic line. That didn't work in the Biden administration, Pete. That didn't work in the Biden administration. But now we recognize that it is not our diversity that makes us stronger. It is our common purpose. It is our common mission. And it is the fact that every single person here bleeds Marine Corps green.
Enough. He's just so
In
gross.
any other administration, politicizing the military like this would be above the fold, the lead in every story. But for a man that has a mixed race children to say that diversity is not our strength is really a psychological case study in a psychopath. I cannot understand this. I have 2 children, and I cannot understand saying something that hateful and that racist that would trickle down and harm your own children. And he is now all of a sudden a big Catholic. And in that clip, he's talking about somebody who was an atheist in the military, which I'm an atheist. You have a right to be an atheist in this country. But what's interesting about JD Vance's newfound Catholicism is that the Pope thinks JD Vance is a prick. And the Pope is constantly talking about how you need to love thy neighbor, take care of the poor, call out greed. JD Vance wants to harm thy neighbor, pile on and enable people, oligarchs, with greed. And then it always takes me back to his weird relationship with Peter Thiel, because it seems to me like prior to him going out to Peter Thiel's gay boot camp in California, JD Vance, I mean, he wasn't my style of politician, but he was able to see what Trump was doing and what he was saying, and that it was fascist, and he was like America's Hitler, and he was a demagogue, and how dangerous he was. Then JD Vance pops over there, comes back. He's thinner. He's hateful. He is can't even stand up for his wife and kids. And this is why I think if we were able to have little spy cameras in his house, I think what goes on in the middle of the night, and I'm just going to tell you this, Mums. Remember that episode of the movie Silence of the Lambs, where the serial killer, he tucks his penis between his legs and he's looking in the mirror saying, I would fuck me. I would fuck me. And he has like the woman with her, and he has her dog down in she has his dog. I genuinely think when Lil Smokey goes home at night, it's that kind of shit. I think he's like, fuck you, Usha. And he's like got rubbed red lipstick and smoky eyes and a feather boa. And he's like just entertaining himself in the mirror. And God only knows who else he has, probably locked up in a trunk or something, because he is a real psychopath, a real sick puppy.
And it's all for self aggrandizement. It's all for moving forward. You've got 3 name changes, 3 religions. He was atheist when he was in the military during that period of time. And on top of that, he wrote a letter for his law review supporting immigration. And now he's flip-flopped on that, flip-flopped on America's history. He has no fucking conviction. None.
All right. And then here's another just pathetic, weak, little dick energy, incompetent, dumber than a box of hot rocks, the Secretary of Defense. And he thinks he's such a badass that he had to change it to the Secretary of War because he wants to play offense, not defense. Here he is speaking. Play the clip.
You are set apart for a distinct purpose. You kill bad guys and break things for a living. You close with and destroy the enemy for a living.
Okay, here's what I have to say about that. First of all, it made me uncomfortable that he is making them like your first mission as military is to kill people. I just thought I'm not saying war doesn't include killing people, but I don't think as military servicemen, first and foremost, murderers or killing people. And then here's the thing that just makes me insane about him. He's a white supremacist. We all know that. And he says this while he is putting his military members in American cities. So he thinks their number one job is to break things and kill people. So naturally they would need to be in American cities by his logic.
Yeah, I just want to say that as it pertains to the United States military, their ethos used to be defense. Yes. Defending the Constitution, defending the rights of every American. And so for him to switch the script and talk about killing and breaking things, and the United States military has not always been the force for the most good. I think we all remember Iraq, Vietnam, a lot of forced, stuff that we've done that has then created a need for countries to send refugees here. But now the veil is off and the mask is off, and they're pre-screening these people. And the biggest crime of the United States military is they go into poor neighborhoods and recruit. Barron Trump's never going to serve in the military. Pete Hegseth's children are never going to serve in the military. And they go and they prey on in poor neighborhoods. And then those are the people that get sent to the front lines. And as this administration continues its incompetent foreign policy and its capitulation to Benjamin Netanyahu and Vladimir Putin and illegally striking boats in the Caribbean, they are putting every American military member at risk. And you guys, it is so important as we cull through the news each day that we understand what we're reading, and if it's fact, if it's fiction, if it's bullshit, whatever. And that's why every single morning, Pumps and I go to our Vantage Plan on Ground News. Let me give you a prime example. A leaning left publication, and it tells me that this headline in this article has a very high factuality in it. And the headline is, millions turn out across the country for the, quote, No Kings protest. The right reports it as the No Kings protests against democracy itself. And then it tells me that this right-leaning publication, surprise, surprise, ding, 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 low factuality. So basically with Ground News, it's like the Spotify of news. And listener, you can join us today by going to groundnews.com/IHIP to get 40% off the Ground News Vantage plan that Pumps and I use every single day. They're subscriber funded. And our favorite part is that they are female founded. By subscribing, you're not only getting a tool we all need today, you're also supporting our work. That's ground, GROUND news.com/IHIP. Kylie is linking that right below in the show notes. And then lastly, here is JD Vance lying through his teeth, propagandizing, blaming Democrats for the shutdown, which is what Kanks wants. It's what the Project 2025 people want. They are, while the government is shut down, these people, because they have all the money they need, they don't give a shit about people not being able to feed their families. They don't give a shit about healthcare. They care about lying and consolidating power, and particularly Vance, because Little Smokey would never win a general election. Nobody likes him. His approval ratings are worse than Kanks, and Kanks are terrible. And so he wants all of the power to be consolidated to the executive. And he wants the Supreme Court to rig it so that Kanks can run again. And they're probably going to rig the elections, and then power would be transferred to him because he knows that he can't win. Peter Thiel also knows my ideas will never win. So we have to forcefully do a coup to get rid of American democracy. And make no mistake about it, that's what these fuckers are doing. All right, play the clip.
And of course, Marines, I bring greetings today from our Commander-in-Chief, Donald J. Trump, and he wanted me to tell each and every single one of you that he's proud of you, that he loves you, and that despite the Schumer shutdown, he is going to do everything he can to make sure you get paid exactly as you deserve.
Okay, I have a couple things on this I want to bring to everyone's attention. Number one, it is a violation of the Hatch Act. So it is breaking the law for him to use a position of his office for political purposes. And they have done it. I mean, there's probably 500 counts on an indictment against this administration for violating the Hatch Act. And then what I find interesting is over the weekend before last, we saw there were a lot of people at food banks wearing their military uniforms. So Trump comes out and he says, I'm going to get them paid out of the tariffs. Don't worry. I'm going to get them paid. Well, according to Trump, he has unlimited power in every fucking area. Russell Vought is cutting plans like crazy. There's $20 million in surplus because of tariffs. So why did he add the phrase, if he can't? I find it very fishy.
Well, it's just propaganda pumps. It is pure propaganda. They go out and they bank on what Trump has said. I do really well with the poorly educated. The poorly educated love me. They bank on that the people in the base get their news from Fox News and other propaganda style sources where the factuality level is incredibly low. And a lot of these people, I've read about this, psychologists have done a study on this, like what is the common thread that make people like Trump? And a lot of them, number one, there's a part of the brain that reacts to fear. And there's like an actual physiological reason. And the people that are MAGA and conservative, they have really heightened fear responses. So when you talk about immigrants or you talk about crime, they get really scared, which we all know these people are pussies. But number two, a lot of these people have authoritarian personalities themselves or like to succumb to an authoritarian personality. And so all of these propaganda channels are set up to activate their brains. The algorithms are set up to activate their brains. And people in the center and on the left are a little bit more curious, a little bit more inquisitive. Like behind the scenes, you guys, Pumps and I all the time, as we're preparing for these, she'll say, oh my God, did you hear this? And I say, is that true? And then we both go and look it up, or Kylie and Seth, our producers, go and look it up, because I'm a truth seeker. I want to know what the truth is, even if the truth is something that I don't like myself. And so I think it's really important as we proceed in this. So many people, I know you guys, you wake up and you think, God, I don't even want to know what's going on. I don't even want to know what they're doing today. And we cannot do that. We have to fight for every single American right now. ICE is kidnapping innocent people off the streets. There are hostages in ICE custody, and we need to advocate for these people at all times. You do not want to be the person that looks back on this and says, what could I have done?
Right.
Stay engaged. Make sure you're amplifying our channel, Midas Touch, Don Lemon, Joy Reid, other left-leaning, fact-based news sources, because we can build our own independent news. And we're all aligned in one thing, which is keeping this country a democracy that always bends towards justice. It is so important. It is just so incredibly important for all of our lives. And we have to always advocate for the people that this administration bullies the most. Because listen up, white ladies. You want to sit at home and just worry about your husband's tax cut and you don't give a shit about anything else. You need to fight for the people that your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, tells you to fight for. Now, I'm not a Christian, but how you go to Bible study and you go to church every day and you don't fight for the marginalized and you go and vote for this demented freak show and his cabinet of sociopaths is a walking, talking advertisement as to why I'm not a Christian, because you're all fucking hypocrites. You're all hypocrites, and it is disgusting. If you think you don't like it when somebody picks on your kid and how much it hurts your feelings to see your kid hurt, just translate that to other people's kids and imagine what it's like being a Black woman raising a Black kid around all these fucking feral racists, because these people are serious about their depravity. They are dead fucking serious about it. And we have to stay focused. We have to stay engaged. And I know you feel helpless, but sticking your head under the pillow and ignoring everything is not going to make this go away. Stay informed, have uncomfortable conversations, amplify the right voices, subscribe to our channel, buy our book, and we'll see you all later.